Good evening. It's a pleasure to see you here this evening. North Las Vegas City Council welcomes you to this evening's meeting, our City Council meeting. There are two public forums, one set aside at the beginning of the meeting and one at the end. If you wish to speak, please complete one of the blue cards that are located on the table outside the main doors where you came in, the main entrance, and there's one on the podium rail over here. Once you write down specifically what you would be interested in where to speak, please hand that card to the city clerk, who sits right here to my left. She will pass that up to our assistant city mayor, and he will hand it to me. Madam Clerk, are we in compliance with the Nevada open meeting law?
Mayor, yes, we are in compliance.
Thank you. Tonight we have the opportunity to have an invocation given by Pastor Nathan Marshall from the Grace Point Church. Following that, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilman Scott Black, who was a first class in the Boy Scouts. Scott, I think you can remember it. Please rise.
All right, first I'm going to read from Philippians chapter 2, verse 2 through 5. It says, "Complete my joy by being of the same mind, having the same love, being in the full accord of one mind. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. Have this mind among yourselves, which is yours in Christ Jesus." Let us pray. Lord, you are holy and you are mighty and you're worthy of all praise. And we thank you for the men and women here in this council and their servant hearts. Lord, give them the courage to stand up to what is right and stand up for those that don't have a voice. Give them the discernment into the hearts of those and find out what their true intentions are. Lord, I just ask that you bless them and guide them. In your precious Son's name, I ask. In Jesus' name, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's become a custom at the City of North Las Vegas to give recognition to some businesses here. So each month in the first meeting, a city council member highlights a business in their district. And so at this time, Councilman Black will be making a presentation. Council, let's go down to the podium for a presentation.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to recognize a small business from Ward 3. And some of you may have heard of the movie The Water Boy. Well, the Water Boy has grown up and he's a water man now. His name is Steve Munier with EC Water on Ann Road in Simmons in Ward 3. If I'd like to get Steve and Lee to come forward with EC Water. So this company has been hydrating with top quality water the residents of Ward 3 since 2014. And he lives his shop is right around the corner from me. You know, you figure that's a basic product. It's really the only product or the primary product that they sell, but it's the quality of the water that is really valuable, the water that he offers at his store. And then even greater than that, it's the customer service and the way he embraces that. I'll give you an example. I was in his store recently, and I literally saw him seat belting 5-gallon jugs of water into an elderly gentleman's back seat of his vehicle so the water wouldn't tumble when he put on the brakes. He put the seat belts on these jugs of water as if they were his own water children, I guess. But anyway, also folks come literally from Summerlin, Henderson. I've seen it with my own eyes to get his water. He is a collaborator. He's an inventor. He's committed to serving the community, and he is really a great small business person. So please put your hands together for Mr. Steve Munier, the Water Man, EC Water on Ann Road in Simmons. Want to say anything, Steve? Drink lots of water.
Drink more water.
Hydrate or die. Just kidding. Okay, thank you. Can we take a photo? I'd like to present this certificate to you. You could display in your store, and all your customers that already know you're awesome will think you're even more awesome now.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, he got here for their photo.
You must have better sense. Maybe mine are dumbed down. Too much pepper and salt my whole life. Good job, Scott. Moving on to council items. Council, Councilman Barone?
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate it. Well, I'm very happy. Of course, I won't do my usual slogan there about happening in North Las Vegas. But anyhow, there are some really great things happening in North Las Vegas Ward 1. If you drove in right off the freeway, if you look right at 5th and Lake Mead, you'll notice there's some furious construction going on. I say furious because that's Expertise Cosmetology. They started throwing up those bricks. The walls are up. I think they're well on their way, and so I'm very happy, and I can't wait to see them complete. But also, I want to give a big shout out to a North Las Vegas Ward 1 based construction company. I'm going to call them my good friends Meadow Valley, because again on I-15, Mayor, I guess when you were driving in, as I do, for a while there, we were constricted down to just 2 lanes, and it was a little bit of a pain. And when I was talking to our director here, our public works director, Jennifer Duty, she said, it'll be done sometime in January, maybe February, right? Lo and behold, they're done. It wasn't even December, and they were done. So that's fantastic to hear that a project done by this company was done before they were supposed to be done. I guess there's some minor things they got to do, but basically done ahead of schedule and under budget. And it's also a testament to our fantastic public works department. And so, Jennifer, I definitely want you to share that kudos with them, as well as also for your traffic division. I don't know if our traffic guy is here.
He is.
He is? Yeah, I think he's in the back. Again, minor fender bender there on Lamb there at the bridge, and I mentioned it to Jennifer, and she got with our traffic engineer, Mike. What's Mike's last name? So terrible names.
Hudgens.
Mr. Hudgens, yeah, there you go. And they gave us a fix on that one too. Quick service. Now there's some flashing lights that warn you to please slow down when you're going over the crest, so you don't run to the back end of Councilman Barone's car. And finally, I also have to thank Mike. Thank you very much, and for your diligent work. And finally, a big kudos to our parks. I was out visiting with some of our residents here, of course, in the old neighborhood, and they're very, very, very content with some lights that were installed by our Parks Division there at Tonopah Park here at Tonopah and I forget the cross street. But it's a little neighborhood park that was terribly underutilized because, of course, at night, since there was no lights, everyone was afraid to go there. But now there's lights, and if we were to go there like right now, we'll see dozens and dozens of our residents practicing soccer, walking their dogs, and doing all the things that families do there in that park. And so definitely, is Cass here? I thought I saw. There he is. Hey guys, again, another big kudos to your team. Okay, we'll take it like that. I guess I think oh, there we go. I think there might be another barbecue in the works here. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of things. Christmas Express. That's something that Western Elite puts on every year in an area out there in Lincoln County by Coyote Springs. Both himself, Scott C. Strand, and the Williams family. I had the pleasure of attending this year. This was the first year that he had the first night was for all of our veterans and military. And I had the pleasure of standing inside the train car and handing out thank you pins to all of our veterans and all of our military. He'll also be doing that on the 8th and 9th of this month. You would just have to call up and make a reservation, RSVP, We had probably close to 5,000 that first night, and it's amazing. Once you enter that area out there, you're transported to a different place and time. So we appreciate what they do for not only the residents in the area, but the cities in general surrounding their business, but also taking time to recognize our veterans, military, and first responders. Secondly, I had the pleasure once again of working with our volunteers and police service at the recent Christmas festival in Deer Springs Park in Aliante. Every year they put on several events out there. Santa was out there with Mrs. Claus taking pictures. They even had a slide with snow on it. So, we really appreciate what the Master Association does out there for the residents and their family. They pay for that themselves, and it's not cheap. But we appreciate, as a city, them doing that for the residents. And once again, I had the pleasure of attending there. Lastly, Vegas Strong, the 5K run walk, that same afternoon on December 2nd, Saturday. I went down there, and we had over 2,700, right, Cass? Runners and walkers. And it was emotionally overwhelming to see all of those people there. They honored a Metro canine officer there for his service that night. And I could tell you that the people came from all over the country. It wasn't just North Las Vegas. But they collected for the Route 91 charity fund over $68,000. And we were out there not directing traffic, but making sure that they were safe as they walked the 5-mile course. The last ones got in after 6 o'clock. So it was exciting. We're hoping, at least I'm hoping, that we have them out there again next year. Maybe not necessarily for this tragic event, but just to have these events out there. Craig Ranch is definitely a diamond park here in North Las Vegas. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Ms. Brown, Ms. Squires Brown?
And Mayor Pro Tem, I had several of my colleagues from Richard Bryan from my school that participated in the Vegas Strong race. And just for our great city, Craig Ranch is just the cream of the crop. Everyone was so amazed at the park because that was a lot of them their first time being there. So that just says a lot for the city of North Las Vegas. And I just like to, and I mentioned this organization once before, but it's called Back to Basics Global Outreach Ministry. And we're going to be presenting a proclamation to them on Monday, December 11th at 9:30. And this outreach, I won't read the whole proclamation to you, but it's been established since 2010. And in 2013, they were actually designated as the Community Redistribution Partner in Nevada by a national nonprofit Goods 360 organization. What they do is they hand out school supplies, backpacks every year to families that are in need, non-perishable goods, food, household items, office products, anything that is a need to the community. That's what this organization is here. And just last year, they gave out over $650,000 in donated goods to the community, not just in North Las Vegas, but in Las Vegas as a whole. So I'm really proud to be affiliated with this great organization that I might add is in Ward 2. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Black?
Thank you, Mayor Lee. I have a few items that I would like to present. Some of you may recall I mentioned I participated in our Citizens Police Academy, the 40th version of that, and I'm proud to say that I'm a graduate as of November 15th. The next one, I believe, will be in approximately March 2018, and I would encourage any citizen to participate. It gives you an amazing inside look into the day-to-day operations of our awesome police department. It helps you gain insight and understanding as to what you can do as a resident to protect yourself and to help our neighborhoods to become safer and be a partner with law enforcement. So I want to say thank you so much for our police officers and the folks that put that on. Also, I have the privilege on the 15th of December to participate in the first annual Legacy traditional school spelling bee. I'm glad I don't have to participate. I'll be a judge. But I'm looking forward to that and supporting the educators that are teaching our children in our community. And lastly, on the 16th of December, at the Silver Mesa Recreation Center will be the Breakfast with Santa. It starts at 10 a.m. It's a wonderful opportunity for families to come out, meet others within the community, and to celebrate together. Thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Great reports. I just have a couple things myself. Today we had an employee appreciation luncheon. It was a beautiful day. It was outside. Dylan Goldberg, you're a great leader in our community. She put together this whole thing. The food was great. It was a fun time for all of us to tell the employees how much we appreciate every single one of them. And Dylan, I just wanted to thank you for taking your time to make this such a wonderful event. Maybe next year we'll do this again. I think it was just perfect. But good planning, good food, and good activity. Thank you so very much. And another thing is, last week we had at lunchtime our directors met down at 3 Square and worked down there filling bags for children who take food home on the weekends if they're a little bit short in that family for having food for those children for the weekends. And I want to thank the directors for participating in their lunch period to go down and help them. It was a great response from all the directors. And last but not least, are the wonderful people here from Safe House and Marcy's Law, are they still here? Or did I lose them? Well, would you please come up for just a second? I had recently had the pleasure of meeting with representatives from Safe House and Marcy's Law, Nevada, to talk about domestic abuse. And they made some things known to me that I don't obviously pay enough attention to, but every 20 minutes, every minute, an average of 20 people in the United States is physically abused by an intimate partner, and that's kind of unacceptable. And I just wanted to say that we are here in North Las Vegas to support what's going on with this, and the city stands with you with Safe House and Marcy's Law to promote the rights of all our citizens to be safe, protected, and heard and treated with fairness and dignity. Maybe if you would just take a minute and explain just a little bit more about Marcy's Law for the audience, that would be great.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council members. Will Batista, I am the State Director for Marcy's Law for Nevada. We appreciate, obviously, your support for this important law in the state of Nevada. What Marcy's Law does is it seeks to ensure that victims of crime have equal rights to those of the accused, including the right to notification, the right to privacy, and the right to have a voice during the criminal justice process. And a lot of times, we live in Clark County that does a fantastic job. DA Steve Wolfson, who is also a supporter of Marcy's Law, does a great job of being able to keep a lot of the families informed. But we want to ensure that no matter where you live in the state of Nevada, that your rights are equal to any other residents across the state. And so that's what our goal is, to make sure to have everybody on equal footing, and we appreciate the City Council's support for that.
Thank you. You're welcome. One thing I recognized was when somebody is incarcerated, they're coming out, it gives notification. Is
Absolutely.
That also? Could you speak on that for a second?
Yes, and in fact, Attorney General Laxalt just a few months ago introduced, we have the VINE system here in Nevada, which is the victim notification that we use. We have expanded that now into an actual phone app that's available on both Android and the iOS system. And so in any situation where there's a change in status or a hearing, those notifications will go out directly to the victims who are involved. And so we appreciate, obviously, the Attorney General's support in making that happen as well.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you working through in our community to make us all aware of these issues. We
Thank you
really
for bringing
appreciate
light to it.
Thank you very much. Now we'll move on to public forum. This is the time set aside for the first public forum on posted agenda items. Madam City Clerk or Mayor Pro Tem, do we have any blue cards for the first public forum?
Not for posted items, no.
Does anybody like to come and address the council right now on posted agenda items, or wait until their item is brought forward? Seeing none, we'll close the first public forum, and we're going to move on to the agenda. Madam City Clerk.
Item 1, approve City Council regular meeting agenda of December 6, 2017 for possible action.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. We have quite a few changes to tonight's agenda. The applicant for item number 27 has asked that this item be continued to December 20th. There are also two typos that are being corrected on page 11 of the minutes for item number 5. And the correct words for item number 26 should be word 1, and for item number 27 should be word 2. And also with the move of item number 27 to December 20th, the effective date in section 12 of that ordinance must be updated to December 24th. With those changes, staff recommends the agenda be approved as amended.
Thank you very much. Council, any suggestions or comments, or Chair will take a motion?
I actually, for the record, before I move to approve, I do believe 27 should say not Ward 2, but Ward 1, shouldn't it?
Public Works provided us those correct wards.
Okay. But I'm still pretty sure that's Ward 1.
Well, we'll fix that by the time we come to the 20th
Sure.
meeting. Would that be okay? So we'll just double check that, okay, Public Works? Thank you very much. That could be a Scribner's error, yeah. Well, with that, was that a motion also?
Most definitely. Thank you, Mayor.
We have a motion as amended. Please cast your vote. Items approved. Moving on to set future public hearing dates.
Item 2, set date on any appeals filed or require public hearings from the City Planning Commission meetings.
Madam City Clerk, I direct you to set any dates as necessary.
Mayor, so noted.
Moving on to public hearings.
Item 3, approve VAC 1317 Iglesia de Dios, North Las Vegas, for applicant and property owner Iglesia de Dios, North Las Vegas, to vacate a roadway easement on property located east of Commerce Street, approximately 300 feet north of Craig Road.
Thank you very much. Councilor, any comments or questions on this item? Not, the chair will take a motion.
Move
This
to, this is just a public hearing?
Yeah.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Thank you. The motion is passed.
Okay. Item 4, approve VAC 1417 Ann and Bruce for applicant Richmond American Homes of Nevada, Inc., property owner RB Las Vegas Land Ventures 2, to vacate portions of right-of-way next to Ann Road on property located at the southeast corner of Ann Road and Bruce Street.
Thank you. If anybody would like to make a presentation or come up for a public hearing, this would be the time.
Okay.
Sorry. Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Council members, Tony Celeste here on behalf of the applicant, Rich American Homes. We appreciate staff's recommendation and here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. At this time, we'll open the public comment. Any public comment on this hearing? If not, we'll close the public comment. Council, any comments or questions on this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Mayor, I'll be happy to make motion for approval, please.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
Thank you.
Moving on to the consent agenda.
Matters listed on the consent agenda are considered routine and may be approved by a single motion. However, any consent item may be moved to the business portion of the agenda for discussion at the request of any council member.
Dr. Liu?
Mayor and council members, consent agenda consists items number 5 through 15. Staff recommends approval as amended, including the corrections that they made previously on item number 5.
Thank you. If no comments or questions, the chair will take a motion to accept the consent agenda as amended.
Move to approve as amended.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Item is approved. Moving on to business.
Item 16, approve license and services agreement with Legal Files, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $72,929 for the purchase of Legal Files software licenses, professional services, and first year of maintenance and support for the City Attorney's Office.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments or questions this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
I'd like to move to approve.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
Item 17, adopt business impact statement regarding ordinance number 2845, which amends Title V, Chapter 5.29, medical marijuana establishments, and specifically Section 5.29.145, origination and license fees of the municipal code, addressing the impact of businesses from proposed changes to origination and license fees.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments or questions this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
Item 18, approve purchase of excess workers' compensation insurance with New York Marine and General Insurance in the amount of $141,096 from the Self-Insurance Fund for a one-year term expiring December 31st, 2018 for all city employees.
Thank you. How you doing, Mr. Hernandez? Nice to have you here this evening.
Mr. Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council, thank you for having us. I do want to make just a couple of comments. First of all, on behalf of Branch Hernandez Consulting and my partner Aubrey Branch, who's out of town today, we wanted to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You're doing a great job for the city. Things are going fantastic, so we're excited. I also did want to mention two of your staff members. I want to thank both David Childress and Paul Sikora, who are from the Risk Management and the Purchasing Department, for their assistance and hard work and working with us as the brokers for the city of North Las Vegas. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Thank you very much. We love you coming in and just seeing your little smiling face now and then. It makes us happy to see you. Counselor, any comments, questions, Mr. Hernandez? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Mayor, number one, I just want to thank, of course, our long-standing relationship with Branch Hernandez in providing our insurance. And of course, they do that with a flourish. It's a minority-owned business. Makes me very proud. And with that, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Great. We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
Thank you all. Thank you for your kind comments.
Item 19, approve professional services agreement with Gilbert, Gatke, and Associates of Nevada, MD LTD, DBA ARC Health and Wellness Centers, LLC, for a 3-year term in amount not to exceed $185,000 for the first year, $85,000 from the Fire Department General Fund, and $100,000 from various police department funds, using the competitive bidding exception per NRS 332 Local Government Purchasing Act, with the cost increasing for the remaining 2 years in accordance with the State of Nevada contract for the provision of heart and lung physical examinations for police officers and firefighters.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments, questions this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
Item 20, approve interlocal agreement with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department that will enable the City of North Las Vegas Police Department to be a subrecipient of funds made available by the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs under the FY17 Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force Program in the amount of $20,000.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments or questions this item? Now the chair will take a motion.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
Item 21, approve professional engineering services agreement with Stantec Consulting Services, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $349,985, funded by the Clark County Regional Flood Control District, to provide professional design services for the Hollywood System, Centennial Parkway to Speedway Number 2 Detention Basin Project, CIP Project Number 10407.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
I'd like to thank, of course, the Clark County Regional Flood Control District and for providing the service, especially for Ward 1 and the whole city. And with that, it's a motion to approve.
Thank you. We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
Item 22, approve interlocal contract with the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada in the amount of $1,140,000 funded by the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada Fuel Revenue Indexing Funds for the Lake Mead Couplet Project, CIP Project Number 10413.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Mayor, again, besides this very board that I sit on, my very favorite board in the valley is the RTC. If you'd be so kind as to extend my personal thanks and gratitude. And with that, that's also my motion to approve.
Thank you. We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Thank you. Ms. Duty, congratulations. That's going to be a good project.
Item 23, authorize issuance of purchase orders in the total amount of $1,085,966.22, $809,298.22 to Ford Country, $245,868 to Wired Designs, and $30,800 for miscellaneous items to be installed by fleet staff using the competitive bidding exception per NRS 332 Local Government Purchasing Act for the purchase of 11 2018 Ford Tauruses and 17 2018 Ford Explorer Police Interceptors and the associated upfits for the police department.
Thank you. I see our chief is here. Chief, or Ford Taurus is pretty quick? All right, thank you very much. I don't know about a Ford Taurus, but we can soup that thing up, I hope. Anyway, do you have any other comments or questions? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Move to approve for our new hot rods.
Please cast your vote.
Hey, Mayor, can my vote there actually be changed to reflect that I actually voted yes, not the no?
I don't think so. You probably drive too fast. We want to mark you right now.
We can do that.
So,
Yes.
yes, we can show that as being in favor.
Thank you for your kind rebuke.
Item is approved.
Item 24, approve alarm monitoring services agreement with Tyco Integrated Security LLC in the total amount of $90,000, $18,000 per year for a 5-year term to provide alarm equipment maintenance and monitoring services for the water reclamation facility.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
Item 25, approve Utilities Department Advanced Metering Infrastructure Installation Service Agreement with Third Kettle Corp. DBA Aquametrics to install 100 smart meters and sensors in a total amount not to exceed $72,282.21.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Great. Moving on to ordinances, final action.
Ordinances listed under final action were introduced at a previous council meeting for action at this meeting, but may include emergency ordinances. Item 26, pass and adopt ordinance number 2820, amending Chapter 13.24 of the Municipal Code to make various changes relative to definitions, fees, liens, and provide for other matters properly related thereto.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
A note for the viewing audience, item 27 was continued to December 20th. Item 28, pass and adopt ordinance number 2837, extending corporate limits of the city of North Las Vegas, annexing parcels of land generally located at the northwest corner of La Madre Way and Lawrence Street. Petitioner represents 100% of the area proposed for annexation and providing other matters thereto.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Mayor, I'll be happy to make a motion. Approve.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
Item 29, pass and adopt ordinance number 2843, amending Chapter 13.04 of the Municipal Code to make various changes relative to senior citizen discounts, billing, payment, collection, and liens, and provide for other matters properly related thereto.
Thank you. Counselor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, the chair will take a motion.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Item is approved. Moving on to ordinances, introduction only.
There is no public comment for these items, and no action will be taken by the council at this meeting. If you wish to speak on any of these items, please attend the meeting where the final action will be determined and submit a blue card to the clerk. Item 30, introduce ordinance number 2845, amending Title V of the Municipal Code related to medical marijuana establishments, amending Section 5.29 medical marijuana establishment, and providing for other matters properly related thereto. Item 31, introduce ordinance number 2849, amending Title 17, zoning ordinance, of the Municipal Code, ZOA 0517, amending medical marijuana establishment provisions to add provisions for retail marijuana, update permitted use tables, and provide for other matters properly related thereto. Item 32, introduce ordinance number 2851, amending Title II of the Municipal Code relating to zoning fees, amending Section 2.38.020, fees for marijuana establishments, and providing for other matters properly related thereto. Item 33, introduce ordinance number 2850, amending Title 17, zoning ordinance, of the Municipal Code, ZOA 0617, to allow motorhomes, vehicles, or recreational vehicles to be parked upon residential properties and providing for other matters properly related thereto. Item 34, introduce ordinance number 2852, authorizing the issuance of the City of North Las Vegas, Nevada, of its general obligation limited tax wastewater reclamation system bonds in the maximum principal amount of $10 million, additionally secured by pledged revenues, Series 2018B, and providing other matters properly related thereto. Item 35, introduce ordinance number 2853, authorizing the issuance of the City of North Las Vegas, Nevada, of its general obligation limited tax water bonds in the maximum principal amount of $11,560,000, additionally secured by pledged revenues, Series 2018C, and providing other matters properly related thereto.
Thank you very much. Moving on to appointments.
Item 36, appoint an at-large citizen member to the Library District Board of Trustees to fill an unexpired term ending June 30th, 2019.
Thank you very much. Councilman Goins Brown?
At this time, I'd like to recommend Ms. Tamika Henry to fill this board seat.
Thank you very much. We have a motion, we have a recommendation, council, and a motion. Would you please cast your vote? Item is approved.
Item 37, appoint city council member to the Southern Nevada Water Authority to fill an unexpired term ending June 30th, 2021.
Thank you. Councilman Barone.
Yes, of course, I am very much enjoying my my time in the Southern Nevada Water Authority. But as you know, Mayor, the city is, of course, on track to have a new citizenship with a couple of cities in Mexico. And so, with that being said, although I am enjoying my time on the Southern Nevada Water Authority, I would like very much if I had a chance to maybe sit on a slightly different board. But I can't think of anyone better to actually fill in for me than yourself. And with that, I'd like to make a motion to appoint you to the Southern Nevada Water Authority.
Thank you. We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Items approved.
Item 38, appoint city council member to Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance Executive Committee to fill an unexpired term ending June 30th, 2018.
Thank you. I've been sitting on the Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance Committee since it started. It's a great committee. There's 50 of the greatest business leaders on that board bringing in business and activity. And generally speaking, North Las Vegas has got a great fair share of the businesses that come through that. Ms. Gavin, our Economic Redevelopment Director, works hand in hand with the committee and her staff. But I've recognized, Councilman Barone, that most all of this work is actually happening in your district. And I think for you to sit there and talk to these future business leaders and for you to have a chance to talk to the local business leaders about the needs of North Las Vegas, I think it would be a lot more beneficial for the city to have the actual representative for the district there. So I would like to appoint you to become that member and allow me to relieve myself from that and allow you to take over. So I would make the motion for Councilman Barone to be on the executive committee of the Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance. That would be my motion. Items approved. Moving on to city manager's report.
No additional items to report. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Moving on to public forum. Mayor Pro Tem, thank you very much. We have Miss Linda Borrero. I'm saying this wrong, Miss Linda, but if you would like to please come up, we'd like to hear from you. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and City Council members. My name is Linda Bodrero, and I have been I'm at 1451 Water Creek Drive, North Las Vegas, 89032. I've been a member of the North Las Vegas community since 1995, and on my block, I this last Monday sent some pictures to Ward 2 Council, my councilwoman, Mrs. Brown, some pictures and a letter of what's going on in my block. And I searched everything. I don't see anything in the ordinances where, even though we're not in a homeowners association in that block, where we can do something about. And these pictures weren't really good to show what's going on with the sofas, the mattresses, just junk in people's yard. And when I bought there in 1995, it was a beautiful community, and now it's just looking really bad. So I'm hoping that each one of you will look at that, and let's get a resolution on that. I really would appreciate it.
Thank you. Have you been in contact, I guess, with the council?
Yes, I have,
Yes.
and she has gotten back to me. I just want to make sure it doesn't go by the wayside.
Great, thank
Thank
you.
you.
I can promise she's a diligent city councilwoman.
Right,
She'll be
sure.
with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming here this evening. Mr. Schoaf?
Good evening, Council, Mayor. I'm here to thank the mayor. I was contacted by a gentleman by the name of Matt Walker, who's Vice President of Government and Community Relations for the Las Vegas Real Estate Division, I guess, talking about making an amendment to Ordinance 2777. I've been up here and spoke about it several times as far as allowing these developers to use the open space rule on the outside of these communities, especially the gated communities. Well, I guess Mark and the mayor and this council have made a decision, and that's going to change, I guess. Now 75% of any open space has to be in one space inside the community, which will make it safer for both the children and the drivers on the outside of the street who may have to dodge children and possibly have accidents. And I want to thank you so much for addressing this, an issue that I thought could possibly end up being a real problem for the city of North Las Vegas. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Schoaf. We do listen.
I know.
And
you
that
do,
was a
and I
good leadership
appreciate
on
that.
your part.
Also, have a great holiday.
Good leadership. Thank you. Mr. Gary Bouchard? Welcome, Mr. Bouchard.
Hey, normally I start off by criticizing the city, but I had a wonderful experience. Don't start the clock yet. I want to say something nice about the Parks and Rec Department. Monday night, had a surprise. A friend of mine came over to the house, gave me a box of candy. He filled it, told me it was laced with marijuana until I had 3 pieces. But never eat medical marijuana on empty stomach.
Gary, don't let me catch Alex, that gentleman is leaving.
This thing on?
I need to talk to him for 1 second after the meeting is over. Would you please stay for 30 seconds till the meeting's over?
I'm sorry, you want me to stay
Yeah,
30
go ahead.
seconds?
Start your time right now, Gary.
You want to start now?
Yeah.
Yeah, never eat medical marijuana on an empty stomach because I passed out. When I woke up, I was at Craig Ranch Road. I was pleasantly surprised. The Christmas tree down there, most beautiful Christmas tree I've ever seen. They've got outdoor skating rink. All the kids were down there skating. They showed White Christmas on the big screen. They made it snow. I don't know how they did it, but I can't wait till this weekend. I'm going to take my girlfriend down there and see it again. Okay, I want to talk about a safety issue here, and Scott Black is going to be interested in this because he ran on Let's Make North Las Vegas Safe. I am seeing a lot of speeding in residential areas. I talked about this 2 years ago, and 25 miles an hour in a residential area is too fast, especially in the area where I live, where I have a lot of young kids playing in the streets. We got to get that down to 15 miles an hour. What I'm constantly seeing is people driving 35, 45 miles an hour while they're texting people. That's got to stop. Friday, last week, I went to school to pick up a friend's child, and I saw a lot of speeding, people driving more than 25 miles an hour, which is what's in front of the schools. Was that 15 miles an hour or 25?
You were there. I don't know.
I don't,
Usually
I don't
15.
remember. I was still high in the medical
Yeah.
marijuana. But they're driving too fast. And the other thing I found out is the people who are serving as crossing guards. That's a very important job. It's a dangerous job, and they're dealing with our most important asset, our children. And why are we underpaying these people? I mean, I understand they're only making $9 an hour. In Orlando, Florida, they're paying $14.50. To me, that should be a $20 an hour job. I mean, $9 an hour is what you pay a kid out of high school to work at McDonald's to put the French fries in the fry basket, pour enough salt on the fries to kill a horse, and serve them to their customers. Why are we underpaying these people? I mean, the police chief makes $300,000 a year. When he goes to the grocery store, and these people go to the grocery store, they pay the same price for a loaf of bread. I think we're gouging these people. These are people who are doing an important job, a dangerous job. Why aren't they paid more money?
It goes to a contract and it's negotiated, then they go to work. I shouldn't be speaking.
Well, they
but
better
just letting you know.
renegotiate it, because
Okay.
I think it's wrong to exploit these people. I think we should pay them a fair wage.
Okay.
Are we done?
Thank you very much.
I got 22 seconds left. Hey, if I'm not here next time, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Scott, need you to call me when you have the time.
Merry Christmas.
I actually brought some pictures, but I don't have time. We'll show the pictures next time. Have a nice Christmas.
Thank you, Mr. Bouchard. Drive safe. Miss Doris Carter.
Okay. Can you hear me better now? Okay. My name is Doris Carter, and Mayor, you spoke to me once and said that, what's wrong? Because you haven't said anything. And my answer was, when I find something wrong or something to talk about, I'll be up here. Today, I have something to talk about. Okay. On my way here today, I looked at the street that I have to walk on, the area where the cars run. It looked like it's ready to cave in, and we're spending money in a lot of places. The street looks fine. Why aren't we fixing the places where the streets actually look like they're about to cave in? Okay, number two, brought it to your attention about yellow flashing lights on turning signals when the pedestrian has the right to walk. Please, please, please fix those lights so when the yellow light is on, we don't have the walk signal for a pedestrian to be hit. How many people do we want killed this year? Okay, number three, what is that pitiful looking tree out on the front lawn? Yeah, that looks pitiful. See, my tree don't even look like that, and I don't have the funds to bow. Well, I got funds to bow and got all the stuff to decorate with, but that looks pitiful. That don't represent us. We usually have the beautiful tree down here somewhere in the lobby for Christmas. Are we having it this year? And if
From
so,
what I
when?
understand, the tree was just going to go up today. So it was supposed to be set up today.
Okay. As long as that's not representing us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Miss Duty, would you just figure out how she comes to work and what she might be talking about? If you would wait a second, or
Afterwards.
Miss Duty, that would be great, okay? We'll get on those for you. Thank you. Anybody else that'd like to come and address the council at this time? Steve, Mr. Schoaf?
Good evening again, Steve Schoaf, 5622 Midnight Breeze Street. As you know, I have the privilege of being a crossing guard in North Las Vegas. I don't feel like I'm being taken advantage of. In fact, the city pays us 3 hours of work for an hour and a half worth of on a day. So we are making closer to $15 an hour. We're not exploited. We are very well trained. We try to watch out for each other. And none of us really do it for the money. We do it because most of us are bored, or we want to help the city out. And I think the latter is probably what it is. People want to help our city. So if I can help answer any questions that Gary has, that's some of the things that we do. But we're not in it for the money. I don't think anybody's in it. You don't work an hour and a half a day and expect to get rich. So I just wanted to
Well,
say
thank you for that relevant information. I wasn't sure, but I'm sure Mr. Bouchard heard that. Maybe he could get with you and discuss that, since you're an expert
It's
in
a
it.
great job. We get to work with little children. I mean, it's a great job.
Okay, and I do wave to you.
Yeah, I know you do.
I like it in the wintertime when you're not wearing those shorts, so. Anyway, you got better legs than I do. At this point in time, is anybody else wanted to come up and speak to the city council? Seeing none, we will, yeah, we could, and Councilman Brown had something to say real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, Churchio.
Do you want to, you want to do it first? To recognize the new finance?
Corey, I think somebody's asking you to come up here.
Yeah.
We'd like to maybe introduce you to our city and maybe have you say something. Is that what you'd like, Councilman?
Yeah. Chief Calhoun, would you follow her down? Because I'd like you to speak to the presentation today that you made.
Hi, I'm Corey Canals. I'm the new finance director here at City of North Las Vegas. It's my second week, so I still have a lot to learn. I'm a Las Vegas native. I was born and raised here, and I'm just very happy to be a part of the city.
Well, welcome, Barry, and just for our community to see who you are, and if you have any questions.
And her dad was a Rancho High School teacher.
Yes, my dad taught high school at Rancho,
that's
math.
right.
So don't be mad at me if he failed you.
Thank you. Well, we appreciate you, Corey. Just be careful of the firefighters in the finance department, okay? I mean the IT department. That's what I meant. Chief?
I object to the fire department
I
comment.
know.
Thank you for asking me to come up for this. We had a great honor today. About a month ago, the fire department responded to a call at Cheyenne High School for a high school student that was possibly in a seizure. When we arrived, the 17-year-old young woman had gone into cardiac arrest when she was playing flag football out on the football field. The staff at the school alerted the athletic trainer's office. The athletic trainer, who had only been at that school for about 3 months, jumped into action and grabbed the AED that was at the school, or called for the AED that was at the school, went, provided CPR, used the AED 3 times. The AED alerted her to shock the patient 3 times and did get a heartbeat back. And then our crews were able to get there, provide additional medications, and transport her to the hospital. I was fortunate. I think these are things that we need to recognize internally at the fire department and externally for the residents that do great deeds like this. It was just phenomenal. The Mayor Pro Tem and myself and the engine company that was on the call were there today with all of the faculty from the whole high school to present the athletic trainer with an award for her actions. And it was incredible that the parents and the young woman herself were there to thank her as well. So it was a great day. It was a great day to show the teamwork that we have with our schools. We wanted to specifically do it at the school to have her recognized by her peers. So it should be on the news tonight. The councilman said some great words on behalf of you and the city, and we were able to recognize her with very nice awards. So the one thing I kind of mentioned to her today is a lot of times medical professionals, when they're out of their element, they struggle with remembering how to do CPR and remembering to use the AED. And this young woman that was an athletic trainer did a phenomenal job. And the parents were able to, they made a comment, they were able to celebrate a Thanksgiving even more thankful this year because they had their daughter there with them. So excellent. I appreciate you bringing that up.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Councilman Churchill, for representing us. Having no more blue cards and seeing no one coming towards us, Dan, we'll go ahead and adjourn this meeting.